There we go. I was gonna
And
like,
yeah,
wait.
yep.
Everybody, welcome to the cafe. Good to see y'all again. Missed y'all. I'm sorry. June is a very busy month for me. And I,
hmm
well, busier this year than it was last. So I was, yeah. There's just none of me for June. I do apologize.
That's it. I mean, that's your opening statement.
I missed everybody. It was a lot of fun. I do miss sitting here. You know, I miss playing with my camera, making sure I got the right angle. No, I was off StreamYard so much that I had to re-log into my account because I joined in and it was like
hmm
it didn't have any of my backgrounds or anything, and it didn't recognize the like my white screen, nothing. I'm like, wait, what's going on here?
hmm
None of my videos were there, nothing. It was an interesting like 20-minute lead up into here.
That's good. That's good. I mean, glad to have you back and welcome everyone to this week's cafe. In fact, so let me just quickly check who all are saying hi on the chat section. So, hi Tom, hi USPS, hi Frankie, and Caddy as always. I mean, we have put Caddy to the moderator role today on the chat section. So be careful of what you type. He'll be modding the entire chat.
Yeah, so everybody be on your best behavior.
Yeah. All right.
How you
Hey
doing,
Stacy.
Stack, sir?
Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, we already have 10 people joining the cafe. That's pretty quick.
Awesome. That is awesome right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Aeroflex is also here. Hi.
Thank you to everybody that has tuned in either Sunday night or Monday morning. Do appreciate
Yep.
that as always.
So we'll probably give it another couple of minutes or so, just so others join in. I think, sorry, the messages have gone out on the Telegram group. Probably. Let me just quickly check that. Not yet. All right. So, I mean, how's everyone doing? First of all, how is your Sunday evening going on, or your Monday mornings going on? Hey, 66 GT. Oh.
For some reason, my contact is replaced. I thought that was Stack saying it. I was like, huh? Where's Cypher? Is he in here? How can he tell he's in here?
All right. I'm just sifting through the chats and seeing if we have anything interesting going on. I mean, it was kind of a quiet week, I would say. I mean, on the developmental side or on the update side, mainly for the fact that, I mean, not every week you can expect updates when you're in this kind of a technological field. I mean, things take time. But I guess one thing that's happening in the background, which I can actually put, is certain kind of rearrangement or small changes that you might see on the Archangel official website. I mean, there are minor uh, probably placement related stuff and these kind of minor adjustments that might happen on the website. I mean, that's been going on. So something or the other is obviously brewing when it comes to the Archangel team. I mean, anything and everything happening around the world, that's on one side, but what is happening with Archangel, that's on a totally different side altogether. So there is always a build phase that's actually occurring over here with Archangel. So yeah, let's see what the new site or probably, I mean, I wouldn't say a new site, but probably the same site having a little bit of modifications brings in. We might see some cool nifty details. But yeah, let's wait and watch.
Definitely
What
excited to
else do
see
we
that.
have? Oh, yep. Yeah, fortunately or unfortunately, we would have to do it. But yeah, thanks for all the support, guys. I mean, uh, the cafe support has been outstanding. In fact, what started off as just a normal collab kind of a show, or I wouldn't say even a show. In fact, it was just a normal collab of three stupid people just getting together and speaking stuff. But here we are. I think we are almost approaching that 40th week since we started the cafe. So
Yep.
th- I don't know. That's a feat in itself for me. Uh, I mean, this was definitely not the idea that we had initially when it came to the cafe, yeah, right?
No. No. Nope. It was supposed to be just one cool collaborative stream, just so we could all get to know
Yeah,
each other, get the community in, and then that was it. Here we are, 38 weeks later.
yeah. There you go. Wow.
Glad Caddy was able to throw that in because I was about to say same. Like I think
Yeah,
40 or something around there. I wasn't. It's
I'll be honest.
Sundays
I'm,
that coming
I'm
together.
surprised he has that precise measurement of 38. I
No,
have
I bet you
literally
anything.
forgotten how many weeks.
You know what he probably did? He probably opened the YouTube channel and just counted how many episodes we have. All right, 5, 10, 38. Cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's jump on to the market side and see what's going on over there. I mean, before we go into certain details of Archangel and stuff, I mean, I'm holding on certain announcements till Miss Brett joins in because she has something to announce when it comes to the entire project or the ecosystem, I should say. So we'll wait for her for the announcement to take over. But before that, having a quick look at the market, I mean, the last week it was somewhat on a recovery phase or probably look like a recovery phase. I mean, having seen how these charts work, for me, it is nothing new, in fact, but that greens have now turned to small reds. Nothing to worry about. I mean, this winter is definitely going to stay for a couple of months, if you ask me. On a personal note, I believe that two factors are driving this entire, uh, bear market, I would say. One is your inflation, and the second one is your actual regulations that are happening across the world. So inflation, one mainly is leading a lot into a lot of liquidation that's happening in the market, both on the traditional market system or the financial plans that are there on the traditional side, as well as crypto too. So you do not see that big amount of money that is flowing into crypto mainly because people are liquidating stuff and keeping them due to the inflation that's already happening. And there are chances that we might see some very big recession that's going to come up, but how big and how impactful it would be, I don't know. If the governments would be able to regulate it, I don't know. If it's regulated, yeah, well and good. We might have some pretty good days coming up. So yeah, that's one part. On the second side, I mean, a lot of people who would definitely like to invest, especially the capital investors or the venture capitals, I would say, these kind of big institutional investors. So when they want to go ahead and invest, they need to be very clear with the regulations that they have regarding whatever the taxations are, whatever is the system of investment, and how the licensing and stuff has to go ahead. I mean, these things are still not very much clear at all. So there are a lot many vague points when it comes to regulations also that's happening right now. There are woos that people want to have those regulations come out pretty soon. Some bills have been drafted is what I got to know, but would they be presented in the sessions and would they be actually approved? That's another topic, I would say. How long it would take. So yeah, I mean, these things happening in the background might have resulted in the bear market and would stay for a couple of months or even more than that, is what my presumption is based on what I have seen till now in the entire years I've been in crypto. So yeah, let's see. Let's just wait and watch for those people who are actually having a tough time going through this bear market. There is just one thing that I would like to say. This is not something new personally for me, but I have been through such situations in terms of both the emotional front as well as on the financial aspect as well. So uh, that's a really tough time for a few of them who might have invested a lot more than what they can actually ingest. So on those grounds, just stay strong. Things are looking green on one side as well, especially the regulations front. They are definitely looking green, and things will definitely get better. It's just that on you need to stay strong and either hold or DCA, or if it's in a dire need, that is when you need to take a call on whether you would like to sell or not. I mean, selling a token is not bad, but one thing that you would have to do is that should be done at an extreme stage. That's just my suggestion, not financial advice, only for the fact that you would be losing your positions. So whatever you're bought now, you would definitely not be able to buy the same once the bull run starts, right? So that positioning is pretty much very important. Hold on to that fort. Let's see what happens. But yeah, time is time. I don't know how.
I can
Have you been through this phase of crypto winter earlier, Costa, from your end?
first one. It's the very first one.
Let's hear it from you then. How do you feel?
It was interesting. Uh, it. I was thankful enough that it wasn't more. It was more of an emotional pain than it was a financial
Mm-hmm.
one. Because I mean, yeah, like
Yes.
there was some. For example, like I'll disclose this like ADA that I had invested in, and I was so
Mm-hmm.
excited. Oh my gosh, I was harping so hard the fact that it dropped down to like $1.80. I was like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh, this is amazing. It's dropped down to $1.80. I don't even want to open their chart anymore. um, so that's one of the ones that would hurt. That hurt. But the
Yeah.
one thing that I always remind myself is, this is something very temporary. It's part of the cycle.
Yep.
Um, that's you could sit here and whine and cry about it if you really want to, and like I said, like in my stance, where it's more,
Mm-hmm.
it hurts to see that dollar amount instead of it being like, oh my gosh, now I need to scramble to try to get money. um,
Yeah.
if you're in that one of those situations, I think the best course of action is to realize that this is just short term. This is something, again, like I said, this is part of the cycle. And if anything,
Mm-hmm.
this is actually opportunity if you do have the funds to be able to get more.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
just over the board in general, I've been able to get a lot quicker in positions than I was expecting when even just January, February. So I would definitely say it's fun. It's very interesting and fun watching this stuff. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I'm very excited to see what this next bull run comes up, because I feel like this one's going to be it's going to be a lot different. I feel, because again, with the
Yep.
regulations, everything coming out, this is going to be something past bull runs haven't seen yet. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. And I totally have been through the same or probably a different, but the emotional status I can totally
Right?
understand,
Yeah.
when, because initially, I mean, the first crypto winter I saw was when the big Bitcoin crash happened. So that's way back, I
Oh,
guess, in somewhere around 2017-ish, 20, during that time. So yeah,
oh yeah.
I've been through that phase, and to be frank, at that point of time, the situation how it was is not the current situation that we are seeing right now, because at that point of time it was only a secluded number of people who were there in the crypto industry, I would say.
Hmm.
And there were a secluded number of people and there were a secluded number of projects itself. So right
Right.
now we have a lot of diversification options. It is not like you need to stick on to a few tokens or coins and just hold your money over there. You can
Right.
always diversify, probably split the entire uh, loss to achieve more gains once the bull market starts. So that is something that you could ideally do right now.
Hmm.
uh, so I mean, yeah, it's all individual risk, now risk taking factors that come into picture, as well as your individual thoughts on what you want to do with your money.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, yeah, but yeah, I mean, I totally understand on the emotional status front. It's really hard. I have definitely been through some tough times. I'll be honest with that up front.
It was funny because like one time I was talking to one of my buddies. He's not even in crypto. I was
Hmm.
telling him about it, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna stop you right there." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Look at me." I was like, "Okay," and he's like, "Is this a right now problem?" He's like, "Are you selling right now?" I was like, "No." He goes, "When are you gonna sell?" I was like, "I don't know, probably like 5, 10 years." He goes, "So why is it a problem right now?" I'm like,
Exactly.
that is so true. And I was like, "Dude, you should get into this stuff."
Exactly.
He's like, "No, it's not for me." I was like, "No, dude, you have the perfect mentality for it." He's like, "Nah." He's like, "No, that's cool and everything. You can be in it. He's like, "You're my fill of crypto for now." Maybe one
Awesome.
day I'll be able to get him in, but we'll see.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. He might come asking for you to help out. I mean, I did get two of my friends right now just inquiring about what we need to do in crypto. So
Right?
It was just
Right.
yesterday night when I was speaking to a couple of them, my college mates. So I was just having a normal voice chat, and probably we're just discussing X, Y, Z number of things, and then this suddenly cropped up regarding investment plans and stuff. So just left a worm in their head right now. So once it wriggles around, I don't know, they might come back. But yeah, I mean, one thing that I mean, it just hit my mind right now. Ever since the COVID situation started,
Mm.
we were speaking about crypto winters and stuff. That winter literally hit the entire stock market at that point of time.
Oh yeah.
Well, I can speak of what happened to certain stocks here in India, at least because I have also invested in stocks from my side.
Mm.
So here there were some pretty big companies, all right, which plummeted down to the ground, and I bought them. I was lucky enough that I had some funds and I bought them, and I kept them aside for 8.5 months. We did not see even a single amount of movement, not even say 1 or 2% of the movement of the entire price point. So it was just those random, cliffs that used to come out, but it was never a stagnant or a proper growth that you can expect, right? So after that 8.5 months duration is when things started kicking off. I literally made double the amount of profit in one of the stocks that I actually put in. It was a whopping 180%. Okay, so that
Oh
was the gain
man.
I got on the stock market, I would
Yeah.
say. All
Right.
right. So, I mean, I just do not want to compare too much on the crypto and the stock market side, but to be honest, this is a cascading effect, is what I would say. Because when COVID started, crypto started booming. The main reason here being there were a lot of individual home traders, I would say, who started getting into it. The FOMO kicked in, a lot of meme tokens came out, a lot of meme projects came out. There was a lot of people who were speaking about stuff. This is a 10x, this is a 100x, this is a 1000x. Okay, XYZ. And I mean, that's where you had a lot of money poured into the entire market, right? So that's where people came in.
Oh yeah.
And there was a lot of money movement that was happening. And now that things have settled down and the regulations are being in the mainstream, those who were running those meme tokens, or those who were running around the money from here to there to here, that has stopped. Almost, I would say. It's not like completely, but almost that has stopped. And now is the time when those legit projects always survive and sustain. And people who have invested in it, yes, even though they are at the current situation, they are at a loss. Come the next bull run, or I wouldn't say bull run always. I would like to keep it in a way that come the next time when everything is all clear and good for crypto to actually boom, we would see a totally different set of people coming into crypto. Like
Oh
you
yeah.
said, rightly said, the situation would be different in the next bull run. Absolutely, yes, because the kind of people that would enter crypto at that point of time will be totally different. They're not the same kind of investors that we saw in the last 2 years, I would say.
Right. Oh yeah.
So, yeah,
Definitely. Yeah. Like
let's see. I mean,
we could probably. I'd say we'd see more. I don't want to say probably more educated investors.
yeah,
And going to be more kind of more aware of what to get into. Because I mean,
yeah,
with the whole meme mania, everybody was like, "Oh, I gotta get this because this token did so well, so this one's gotta go so well." So
right.
now everybody's got their experience, or people have learned from experiences or read articles, and we're like, okay, like, yeah, it could be great. This could go off, but I got to make sure I got to find the one that will actually, and I got to find the one that's actually doing the work to get set up for that position. So then, like I said, we get more educated people, more people that are experienced in this, whether it be more of, again, like I said, from their personal experience, or they maybe like their friend or their buddy, family member, or even just like an article, or even a YouTube channel that they watch, that talks about it. Um, and they'd be more going for those legitimate projects, the more
Hmm.
the ones wanting to make a mark and wanting to actually do something to help further development, um, adaptability, all that kind of fun stuff, with with the whole world, I should say, with the adoption. So
Yep,
yeah, like I said,
absolutely. I'm sorry.
I'm very
I got a
excited to
little
see.
lost reading at some stuff. Yeah.
You're okay. So I'm really excited to see what the rest of this year along with next year brings. Not only just from the point of Archangel and Guardian, but also just the whole market in general. Because this is going
Yeah.
to be something I bet anything I know, like, it's people say all the time, like, oh, we're living in history right now. We're really living in history. I feel like, especially right here is a pivotal
Yes,
moment um, that will be taught about and talked and everything. So,
absolutely. Yes. I mean, this is a time when things have a flip. I would say, I mean, it's that pivotal moment in your journey that will have a definite upturn.
right,
So it's just a matter of time when it happens, and when that happens, you will see a total shift. It's like those big technological advances we have seen in the years. I would say. I mean, uh, people speak of dot-com bubbles and stuff like that, and you had the other scientific approach in terms of the man landing on the moon, all those stuff. I mean, those are technical feats that were achieved at that point of time, and this is something which is a revolution that's happening on the digital currency or the blockchain sort of concept. So I mean, uh, just to add in, there are a lot more companies which are getting into the blockchain sector, even though they're not openly announcing that they're going to launch their own currencies or anything as such, but they are getting in down to the decentralized section or the blockchain section. They're building their own blockchains. Microsoft is coming out with one, which has this digital identity related, is what I got to know from one of the article. But I knew for a fact when that they were building something to at least host some of their games, and they might get into NFTs and stuff. They are looking into it. All right, so no joke. I mean,
yeah,
things are rolling out. When imagine when big companies, and I mean, on the Guardian platform, if you just go ahead to the career section and just have a check, you do see some pretty big company names over there, especially the financial advisor section, like JP Morgan and big names. I mean, Morgan Stanley, those kind of big names that we can see, that they are hiring blockchain experts, they are hiring crypto related experts. Why is that happening in the, I don't know.
I know. And that's one thing too. If you head over to Guardian platform, check out the career page, you'll see a lot of the different careers and job opportunities that are out there right now. And just start to notice the trends that what we're finding. And I agree with USPS right there. The volatility will be reduced during the
Yep.
next run. Institutional money replacing retail, 100%. That is happening.
yeah.
What's going on, Stacks? How you doing, sir? So funny story. If we all want to hear
We promoted Caddy again. He's no longer just a mod. He's back to a
it.
host.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys are now free to chat whatever you want on the chat section.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
have a YouTube up, so
Yeah.
just don't give me
The
banned.
policing has stopped.
Yeah, it ended up being a bad
Uh-huh.
cord. After peeling through all that, the cord between the monitor and the computer is what went bad. So,
At least it
Wow.
was just a cord. It
Yeah.
wasn't anything too bad.
still don't help that I got electrocuted in the dang process earlier.
True.
So
So, Caddy, we didn't hear your point of view.
yeah.
How's this crypto winter for you? Is this your first one, or
What- My first one,
When it
yes.
comes to crypto winter. Yeah.
Yes. Is
Yes.
it? Has it been worse than my expectations? No. Because when I got in, I did a lot of research and I understood, the cycles that occur. And I was monitoring, the 4-year cycles when the bull runs truly took off and just, looking at trends within the market. So with what we seen last year, it did not surprise me that we're seeing the drawback and the consolidations that we have been. It was honestly something that was truly needed. We were hitting, in my eyes, we were hitting a bubble. I mean, we were building up and we didn't have that consolidation happen. So it's good to see this. It's healthy to see this. It may take a little bit longer. It may take a little bit less. Nobody knows that, but it's one of them things. I'm glad to see it happen now because that means more strength going forward. So,
oh yeah, and we could just enjoy the ride.
You're dang right, and it has been a ride.
Oh yeah, it's all right,
Yep,
guys. You don't have to watch the charts. Just come watch the cafe.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. Both start with the C, right?
Yes. USPS here bringing this up that NFTs are so much more than digital apes and crypto punks. It's true. When
Yeah.
I was in the car today, I actually was waiting and I'm like, I got bored. So I jumped on the internet real quick. And the first article I see is about GM Motors and their very first release of an NFT that got 0 bids. And this is the thing about it. They did not advertise this or market it, but if you purchase that NFT, you got a 2023 Z06 vet. and there was
How much was the
0
NFT
bids.
cost?
How
How
much
much
was this?
The Z06s here
It
right
was an
now, I
auction?
believe, are around 100, starting at 106,000 maybe.
Ooh.
But I could not
Wow.
believe that when I seen that, like my blood started boiling. I'm like, if I only knew, I would have bid $1. I would have been 0.00001 ETH.
I'll tell you what, I mean, just like you did mention on General Motors, here in India as well. All right, there are a couple
Mhm.
of motors by a a company by name Mahindra, Mahindra and Mahindra Autos.
Yep.
They have also launched their own NFTs. It's just a starter that they had this off-roading vehicle called Thar, and that's kind of a Jeep, similar to your Wrangler. So, I mean, I think, I don't know if there was any special benefits or bonus as such, but they did release NFTs regarding that specific vehicle as such. So
Mhm.
I don't know, I mean, whether it actually gave them specific bonus and stuff. Haven't been into too much of detail, but they did release NFTs. And MG as well, they started releasing some of the NFTs here in India specifically for some of their models. So that's also something that's happening. I mean, why are automakers getting into NFTs all of a sudden? I don't understand. Why is Nike having NFTs? I don't understand. And why the hell is the government running behind so much of regulation about crypto? I don't understand. Do we see some, a curtain play happening over here wherein you're actually seeing the stage empty, but behind the screen, people are loading up their bags?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, yes. That's what I think is happening right now. That, I mean, market manipulation to a certain extent is definitely going on. That is something that I would totally agree upon. Even if anyone comes out to me stating, even though I do not have any concrete proof to even say that, but I totally know it's happening in the background. Because I mean, when you see that much of hiring capacity that's going on with the career section, when you see so many people entering into these markets in a subtle way, they're not making much of news around it, or they're not making big announcements as such, right? They're just entering it in a subtle manner. So for a fact something big is happening. And I believe Lamborghini also has this space that is purchased in the metaverse of uh, in Polygon. I mean, there's this block building, I guess. I mean, I forgot the project is exactly, but it's on the Polygon blockchain, and it's just a single building where you have different floors and stuff. They have actually purchased a specific floor, and you always will have a Lamborghini shown up when you enter that specific floor in the metaverse, right? So why are they even doing all this stuff? I know one thing: these people will definitely have a big team of advisors, or people who are having that foresight of where the money lies. They do
Oh, yeah.
not invest in something unless and until they can reap something out. They're businessmen, guys. Just try to understand that. They're not like common people like me and you or anyone out there who would feel like, okay, I put in 100 today and then see that grow to 1,000 or $10,000 or even $100,000, expect 1,000x. That's not the way they think. They put in $10, they know for a fact that they are going to get back 100. So I mean, that's how they operate in their memorandum, right? So I mean, that's something that the market is shifting, but slowly people who are smart are definitely making a lot of money. That's the reason I said, if possible, please hold on to your assets, because the position that you are in right now, it will be really hard to get back. Even though that entire duration is a bit tiring, it's a bit of an emotional conflict. I mean, it's a run that you will have to endure. But yeah, people who endure will definitely come out successful. That's all I would like to say.
Oh yeah.
USPS, oh, thank you for backing me on that. Forest through the trees. They know where the money is going to be. Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
And was then said, yeah, NFTs,
Mm-hmm.
blockchain, all that kind of stuff. That's going to be the nice
Yep.
thing right now is it's new enough that we're still experimenting with it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's old enough that we understand it and we know how to work it. And that's something I
Yeah,
think that is amazing and fantastic, because that's where huge things can happen. Um, where we
absolutely.
can see
Yeah.
all sorts of new cool things, like blockchain storage, all, like storing data, all that kind of fun stuff. We
Mm-hmm.
can see different job positions, like the jobs opening up and giving opportunities to people. Certain different, like cybersecurity in general. I was talking about this with the
Yeah.
buddy a couple days ago. Cybersecurity was always just a specific thing, and we're like, watch, like the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to become like an umbrella, like a general term. Like, oh yeah, I'm in
Mm-hmm.
cybersecurity. Well, what sector? Oh, I'm in whatever. I'm in blockchain security. I'm in whatever security. It's going to become something bigger. It's going to be something more.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The potential and power of NFTs and blockchain is like just being barely scratched to the surface. And like you said, Mr. Aslan, these guys already see it. So they're already trying to
Yeah.
get into it, trying to get ahead of it. That way
Absolutely.
they're at an advantage when everybody else comes around and gets into it. So
Right. I mean, now that Zen is also here and we are speaking of NFTs, I mean, it just hit my head now that Zen and Miss Brett also had been to that event that happened recently. And I remember Miss Brett actually quoting when she was summarizing how it was that
mhm.
they entered through NFT tickets. So as soon as you actually went near the event, they had to actually scan a specific QR code, which gave them an NFT or so. And using that NFT, that was a ticket into the hall or into the event entirely, right? So I mean, think of it. You
That
don't need on environmental perspective, you are saving a lot of paper. Imagine a concert that's happening for say 1,000 people, and you're saving that much amount of paper in tickets, right? Just by using an NFT.
definitely. Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Think of your air tickets. Think of your toll booths. Think of your parking tickets. Or even think of the police who would write to, who would definitely like to write you a ticket for parking your vehicle wrong. So
Oh man, I
scan
don't
the
like.
QR code. You know what? Just have a QR code on your car, scan the QR code, and then just type in the fine amount, and then poof, that's an NFT.
Oh,
And that's
man.
something that's on the blockchain, so no one can meddle around with it, So
Well, then you're gonna be held accountable too. So you're gonna have to.
yeah, obviously.
You're gonna have to be forced
you,
to pay it.
you cannot bargain, you cannot bargain, you cannot bribe, or you cannot take the policeman out for a coffee or a
Yep.
donut.
There you go. So, guys, I know Miss Bread. She is trying to get
Yep,
in.
she's
I
trying.
think I'll wait for her to give us the thumbs up when she's ready to go.
Okay.
But
Absolutely.
Awesome.
That's the reason I didn't bring her up. So
I
I was
know,
just
she-
waiting for her to get set up.
yes, it'll get her a second to figure that out. I don't know
Sure.
what's going on, guys. I cannot seem to maintain a connection. So
Hmm.
Oh,
That's
fighting-
okay. I mean, you're better off doing the mod activity today.
yes, okay, that's fine. All right, I'll go back to it. But no, about the NFT aspect, guys, yeah, it's massive
Mhm.
where it's heading right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, I'll drop back down, but if
Yeah.
I'll go back to moderating our chat.
Go put
Like,
some comments on the chat now.
I think it's the going back to the NFT things.
Mhm.
Again, it's great because it's very versatile. You don't have to, like how USPS may point out. It's not just these punk NFTs with apes and anything. Like, yeah, that's a portion of it. But now you can have the ticket NFTs. You can have concert NFTs. You could have you could even have like art NFTs. Or even photography
Right.
NFTs. The limits for NFTs is it's the imagination of the people. And when you have something
Absolutely.
like that powerful available,
Hmm.
oh man, it is. Oh,
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, think of the famous paintings that are out there in the museums right now. Convert them to an NFT and just showcase the digital format. I mean, you do have NFT museums that have come out. You do have specific art galleries which have the NFT section specifically. I think New York has one specific museum for NFTs itself. I mean, or I wouldn't say a museum; it's a gallery. I would say, right? New York has one because I've seen this in another project which has their artwork displayed over there. So, I mean, think of it this way: some of the famous artworks that we have seen till now, those are something which would be on the blockchain, which is not something that you can easily duplicate. The originality is maintained, and at the cost of what? You're saving the actual artwork down in the cellar somewhere. It's
Oh, yeah.
always safe. You do not need to display it. You do not need to take those kind of precautions regarding the environmental aspects or even building out a case or temperature regulation and stuff. I mean, certain oil paintings and things which are pretty old, and the paper or the canvas that they would have used, it's quite susceptible to damage owing to certain environmental conditions as well. Even a slight change in the temperature might affect the oil painting or the canvas. That's what I've read.
Oh yeah.
right? So it's always a very good, well maintained stuff, and you do not need that much of security at all in museums when you have these kind of digital displays that are put out, and you just convert them to NFTs. That's simple as that, right? I believe there was this Roman collection that was kind of, a 3D model that was being done and that was converted to NFTs.
Mhm.
It was a bust. I mean, I don't know whether it's actually come out to the market or whether it's just remaining, but there were some Roman artifacts or busts that they had of certain important people. They had converted them through 3D scanning to NFTs, and that is what was displayed in hologram effect in certain museums or certain galleries as such. So, I mean, that way your art is safe. You don't need to take extra precautions as such. All you need is just a projector or a LCD screen to display the artwork, and people could just enjoy the actual artwork as such, right? So, I mean, how often do you go to a museum and get to touch the artwork that someone has done?
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, because they always have the the casing around it. They have the security guard. Hey, don't
Absolutely.
touch.
So,
you know, and like the thing with the travel time as well. They don't have to, like, even if, let's just say, museums. Let's take museums out of the way. Let's just say private collectors. Um, they want to buy a piece of artwork from this other dude. Let's say, I don't know,
mhm,
for just for the fun of it. Let's say this guy lives in New York, and he
yeah,
connected with another art collector that's all the way in like Oregon. And if it
mhm,
was a normal art piece, he'd have to ship it over. Again, like you said, they have to be careful with it. They got to package it, all sorts of stuff. They have to pay for it. Turn it into an NFT, send it to his wallet
yeah,
for whatever amount that they want, and right
mhm,
there he can have it within seconds. Um,
yeah, absolutely.
so
And you can still
speed,
tie it up to a physical asset as well. I
yeah,
mean, just
oh yeah,
having an NFT, it's not like digital. It's ownership document, right? So, for
yeah, yeah,
example, think of it like a letter of ownership or a document of ownership certifying that this is the original artwork. Convert that to an NFT, sell that. Your
right.
actual physical asset, you can always ship it to them as and when you feel like. I mean, that is kind of a cargo, I would say,
Hmm.
right? But the original authenticity and the original ownership lies with you on the digital platform, on the blockchain, which no one can hack and no one can just copy or no one can even duplicate.
Oh yeah,
So that's the biggest advantage when it comes to artworks that are out there. I think we did discuss a lot about NFTs and stuff, and I would definitely like to bring this up over here since it's kind of an affiliated project to the Archangel ecosystem with Scratch. I saw this engine, the demo that they actually showed in one of the recent VCs. It's awesome. I was mind blown by the simplicity of it. I was mind blown by the functionality, and I'm very much eager to try the beta version. I've registered, and I'm waiting for that. I'm checking my mailbox every single day, just waiting for when I can actually get the access. But I'll be honest, the entire engine looks pretty clean. It is very much informative,
hmm,
and probably gives you a lot more data than what you can expect from a normal NFT, analysis site that's out there, right? So it gathers a lot of data from various sources, so it gives you kind of, I would say, kind of, only because of the fact that there are many other variables involved and there is still a lot of data to collect. So it's an accurate, almost accurate data is what I would say. Regarding the price predictions, be it in terms of what would be the actual evaluation of a particular NFT and stuff, that was pretty cool to see, in fact. So yeah, I'm excited on that particular project that's going to come out.
oh yeah. It's better for
Let's
years.
just hope nobody hacks the power grids and we lose power for years. I mean, in case
Uh,
it happens, we do have solar panels that would be installed, or windmills that we can install on our home rooftops.
that
You
would
never know. I
be.
mean, that could also be having blockchain involved. I'll be
uh,
honest, that's another sector that's actually been looked into. Um, so that was it. I don't know if this is true or not, but there was some speculation that you could actually redeem some of your crypto to for electricity. I don't know if it's actually.
huh,
I vaguely remember where I read it or where I saw it,
uh-huh.
but there was this cool project where you could actually redeem your crypto for electricity. So you could exchange. So that way, the value of that particular coin would remain stable. So you are building a stable coin where you can actually exchange in terms of power units, the actual electrical power units.
That is Huh.
Kind of crazy, right?
That's
I
a
mean,
crazy but really interesting concept. Like that is something really cool, you know.
yeah,
And if it worked perfectly, and it is
yeah.
made the
If
right
the things
way,
are good,
it could be. Yeah, I was gonna say that could be amazing, and
it
that
could
could be
be.
really cool.
Yeah. I mean, who would have thought electric cars would run the market right now? When the initial cars were built and they were being tested, they were like, "Meh, is this an electric vehicle? No." I'll tell you what. I mean, I bought an electric two-wheeler recently, and there were a lot of people who were just asking me, "Why did you even buy it?" I was like, "How much do you pay for your fuel?"
Oh,
I'll be getting back the cost what I've invested right now in the next 1 year for that.
oh
That's
yeah,
it.
right.
I pay almost 30%, just 30% for double the amount of mileage that they pay for gas.
Oh my goodness gracious. That is, ooh.
So
Yeah, that's the. Oh man, if only I had a little bit more funds, you know. 'Cause
I'll tell you
I'm getting really tired
now
of this.
people are actually getting into that.
Yeah,
Now people are getting into that. So it's just a matter of time that that shift has to happen. That's where I'm saying, we are very, very early in the market. So that's where I'm very much strong. And I'll be honest, I don't know if you would believe me or anyone listening to me would believe me or not. It's been almost 1.5 months since I opened my wallet.
I can believe that.
I
Honestly,
do
I
not
can.
know
Oh, yeah.
what's happened over there. It's 1.5 months since I even opened my wallet app. I'll tell you, I've been involved. I mean, I'm more involved with playing this new game that came out, Diablo Immortal. So I've been
Yes.
involved more in terms of playing that game. So most of my time actually goes over there, and my regular office work and some personal stuff that's going on in the background. All this stuff involved. That's where I'm busy at. So no time to even check my wallets.
Yeah, season. They could be fancy golf carts, right? But I mean, still, I mean, at least it's a fancy golf cart. See, it's a fancy
Yeah.
golf cart right now, right? It's the exact
Mm-hmm.
same concept as how when cars were first coming out. You know, only the elite or the luxurious or the people that
Yeah.
were, loaned it out with money they don't have, were able to have. But give it some time. I mean, the cars they took, what, maybe I think it was like 20, 30 years, something like that, for them to get so mass produced that everybody would look at a person with a horse and carriage and be like, why are you doing that? So, I mean, the same thing of like electric cars, they'll be different, I don't think it's going to take 20, 30 years this time because, so much
Mm-hmm.
technology, everything's made it a lot faster. The same thing as, like I said, crypto, like 5, 10 years. I bet you anything, it'd be gas cars could be something more in the back, kind of forgotten about. The thing that we teach our kids about.
Yeah.
Oh, back in my day, I used to spend $100 to fill my gas-filled car. It's like, yeah, whatever. Let's go drive around in our electric car.
we will end up in such a phase where we would see those gas pumps actually decorated with or replaced with those charging stations, and then we kind of go and park our cars and we try to get them, and we are just searching for that knob, where you have the on button, and then we see no liquid is actually going into the vehicle. Where's the liquid at?
or we'd find that that one place that has like has a gas pump, obviously not functional, just sitting there, and then like 20 feet, 20 something away from it, it's electric pump.
And we will have people all going over there and posing in front of those pumps. I mean, these are antique pieces. Let's take a snap. Let's take a selfie.
I was at an airport in Chicago about 2-3 years ago, and I took a picture of it was a SIM card disposer thing, and then on the other side of the room was a prepaid phone. I took the picture. I was like, "Look, here's Grandpa and his grandson." So I bet you it could be the same thing, happening at that time. People taking the pictures. Oh, look, here's Grandpa with his grandson spending quality time together.
You can see this, right?
Yep, I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, this still works.
See, because they're made to last.
Imagine doing crypto trading from this.
Oh my gosh. Hey, y'all using your smartphones? I don't need a smartphone. This
Oh my
thing can
god, that is
outlast all
good.
of y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think Miss Fred is having some trouble joining in, technical difficulties, as we could term it. But yeah, I think what I know of is what I would like to go ahead and push across. Um, oh, she just popped in. Let's see. Ah, no, she
Aw.
disconnected. Okay, she's having a tough time. That's fine. Um, but yeah, I mean, what we have right now in terms of what's going on next would be Herald. I guess teams are being formed, or probably volunteers are being looked at in terms of having Herald started off. That would be the social wing, I would say. I mean, not entirely social wing, but specifically those information that you would like to actually know about a specific project officially. So it's just that one single space where you can actually know anything and everything that's going on, official statements from specific projects. That would be an integrated part of Guardian itself. That's all I know of. And we have the project manager here to reveal us more about it.
So yeah, Mr. Aslan, I just kind of piggyback off what you're saying there. Harold, it's being bolted on as a feature of Arca, so it's actually part of the ecosystem overall. The first integrations, yes, it will occur onto the Guardian platform, but it's also that communication or form that will go across multiple things within the ecosystem. And what that is it allows projects to come in and post official announcements about their project that has been verified and authenticated from the project itself. So no more fake tweets out there, fake anything. They can come list their announcements. People can come find them. They know they came from the source. So can't wait to see that team get rolling on that, see what they come up with, and get that ball rolling. So that way we can keep, a little bit of take away from the fear of going down a rabbit hole, falling down the wrong thing, give somebody that centralized place of the authentic information. So,
Yep. And a very much needed space, in fact, because one thing is, I mean, not everyone is on every other social that's out there. I mean, I check Telegram, but I still have almost 100 plus messages, or even 1,000 plus messages in certain groups. I also am on Discord, but even Discord has a whole lot of stuff going on. So I mean, sometimes what happens when you want those official announcements to actually check, Discord is in a way much more organized, because you can have that announcement section and you can just go ahead and check the official communication. But still, when you have a lot of other channels that's going on, and when you want to search for that specific project, it might become a little bit tiresome. Having this single platform that is there in Guardian, where you could know about the project, know the price point, and then you could just click a button or a tab, and then it opens up the official information. That's the recent announcements that you have regarding the specific project. That's a pretty good uh, input, I would say.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm also on the chat section with Miss Fred, trying to get her. I mean, you both are reading it, so
yeah, I'm actually doing the same thing too. I've been trying to help her out while I was behind the scenes there.
yeah.
She's not in her normal environment. She's actually out of town right now, so she was trying to get a connection from the hotel. We all know hotel internet and streaming do not mix. So she's trying to adapt and adjust and be able to get on. We're trying to help work her through it, though, right, Mr. Oslin?
Absolutely, yes. I mean, I already gave her a solution, so hope it might work.
Yeah, she'll definitely keep rolling with it there.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's fine. I think we can have her in the next session, or the next cafe, and probably have more details revealed through her itself. So yep, I guess I mean, do we have anything else from your end, Vesta?
No, not that I can think of right now. I think we're all set there.
Okay. All right. So I would take the last 5 minutes to probably go ahead or rant a little about the educational stuff. So today, what I'm going to actually speak of is how is it that you can actually earn crypto. There are four different ways, or three different ways I would like to put across. So the first one would be like, regular learning, wherein you get to know about crypto. You either act as a mod in the specific group, wherein you get that as a payment to yourself, or you start knowing about it and you start working about to crypto as well with certain certifications. You say you're a developer, or say you have some specific skills which could help the community or the crypto project, all those kind of consultant kind of a job or anything as such that happens. That is one way that you can actually earn. That's by learning how crypto and the crypto industry operates. The second thing that you can actually look forward for is stacking. Now, know the word, it is stacking, not staking. Staking is part of stacking, because when I say stacking, it's about building a portfolio and upping the volume. Say you have token X, you have 100 numbers, you use this stacking method to actually ramp up the number as and when possible. Now, in this, you either have staking as an option, which is totally almost risk free until and unless you're staking on a good platform, a legit and trusted platform. Your crypto assets will grow eventually, when even if you're asleep, and that's what you need. That would build up the volume. On the sidelines, you can also have the dollar cost average done, which in the current market would be a great scenario, according to my personal opinion, not financial advice. So that's something that you can actually go ahead and check out. That's the stacking option. The third and the last that you can also earn crypto is through the speculating stuff. Now, speculating is mainly in terms of trading and investing. So that's the highest risk factor, but also the highest rewarding factor as well. Because the first one on terms of learning, it's the least risky because you're not actually investing any amount as such, and you can still get some crypto. And one more thing that I forgot about the learning concept is, again, through these airdrops and faucets that you actually have, right? So these also provide a certain amount of free crypto tokens to you in certain projects. But ideally, since you're not investing anything, there is no risk of it. But the only risk that is involved in that section is in terms of the tokens that you actually get for airdrop and the tokens that you register yourself to. So always do your own research before you actually get into any project, right? And the second portion in terms of stacking, pretty much not that much amount of a risk, because the only thing that you would be doing is either staking or dollar cost averaging your investment. So if you're staking it on a specific platform which is legit and good, then no need to worry about it. So that's the do your own research portion that you need to think of in terms of whether the staking platform is actually safe and it's legit. The third one, that speculating, has the highest risk and definitely gives you the highest reward, because this is where you need to do a lot of research and also think of those projects that you need to invest your money in. And also it kind of ties up with the other two sections as well, in terms of stacking and learning, because when you have certain projects which have the staking feature and it's having a very good APR, investing in those projects would be a smart move to make. And when you have those projects which are actually having a lot of potential for upward movement, and you invest them in terms of the dollar cost averaging front, that would also give you a very good profit. So these are kind of tied up, but yes, there is a lot of risk involved in this as well. So probably these are the rough three ways that I could tell you that where you could actually earn crypto as such. So if you want more content, you can always go ahead and check my YouTube channel. All right, so I mean that does it for me, in fact, on this cafe for today. Unless we have any other topic from your end, we could just give the evening back and let them have some fun.
Yeah, we could give them a little extra time for this Sunday night or Monday morning for them to either Monday morning for
Yeah.
them dragging themselves out of bed the rest of the way and getting gone to work. or or the Sunday night where they get to enjoy a couple
This
more
is kind
hours.
of an energy drink for me. This cafe is kind of an energy drink. The moment you start waking up and you get all this laughter and you get that vibes going on in the cafe, right? It energizes me. I mean, I've told this earlier also. My Monday blues are gone because of the cafe.
That is awesome.
By using Brave browser. Zen. Yeah. Okay, I agree to that. That's where your faucets come in.
All
But
right.
yeah, just saying, it was a good one. All right, guys. So we'll meet you in the next week's cafe. And I mean, I should say, Caddy did a very good job in terms of modding the chat.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh man, dude. Usually I see the chats like rampaging everything. It's all out of hand. Caddy did an amazing job. I think just having him there
Yeah,
scared.
Caddy did an amazing job. Kudos, Caddy.
Thank you everyone for tuned
Yeah.
in for this week's cafe. We will see you for the next one. Stay safe out
See
there,
you all.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.